Hello, this is Bridget Raw with Divine Essentials. Alright guys, so I've got 3 new decks today. 2 are from Kristen and 1 is from Michelle. So I wanted to say thank you really quickly. And Kristen says, "Hi Bridget, I hope you enjoy the deck. Your readings are always a blessing to us all. Love and light, Kristen." And also, "Hi Bridget, here's another deck for you to enjoy. Beautiful soul, love and light, Kristen." So thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Michelle says, "Thank you for your divine messages. I've been on this twin flame journey since 2017 and your readings have really helped me stay sane. Love and light, Michelle." So thank you very much. I will put links down below in the description box. I've seen people asking recently, like, what deck is that? Where can I get it? And usually they're all listed down below. So tonight what we're doing is we're going to find out what this person's intention is, okay? What are their intentions? What's going on with them? Maybe like what you can expect. And then you can pick the item I'm going to use from all 3 decks. I'm not going to use, it's not a pick a deck, it's a pick a crystal, and then you're going to get messages from all 3 decks. But I didn't want to do the shuffling beforehand, so if you need to pause, go ahead. But I'm going to start off with this pyramid, and the other one is a labradorite unicorn, and then a piece of apatite. This is obsidian, snowflake obsidian. So I'm going to start off with this deck, and we're just going to see what comes through for what this person's intentions is at this time in regards to your connection. Like, what's going on with this person? What are they intending to do towards you, towards their life, all of that. I have divine consciousness. So I feel like this person's going through an awakening, and they may even be intending to come into a connection with you to further that awakening. I feel like you are so, typically in a divine connection, one of you triggers the other person's awakening, Sometimes we have our own awakening. Oh, unconditional love. Sometimes we have our own awakening. For me, I had my awakening, and then I found out what twin flames were. But I had already met my person years before that. So it wasn't like he triggered it. But I knew immediately when I heard what a twin flame was that that's what he was. And then, usually for people, there's some instances where if that were the case for you, you're going to trigger the awakening in them at a later point. But I know there's a lot of you out there that you meet this person and you're trying to figure out, what is this connection? Why is this so intense? Why can't I stop thinking about this person? And you figure out, oh, this is a twin flame, and then you go into your awakening and you then trigger the other person. So there's a couple of ways for it to happen, but I feel like regardless, you've triggered this person's awakening, and I feel like they have good intentions. They have unconditional love. So even if they're not expressing this right now, I feel like they could be holding back. They're protecting themselves. Oh my God, yeah. They're in this time of retreat, but it's kind of reminding me of the hangman energy. When they're in that time of suspension, they're actually awakening, okay? And do you remember how intense that is? I mean, if you've gone through a really intense spiritual awakening, you'll know, you seclude yourself, you lock yourself away from the world, and you just, go through a lot of, craziness. That was how mine was anyways. Mine was really intense, and I just had a bunch of information come pouring in. And then I wanted to know, is this information correct? So I started looking up more information, and I learned more while doing that. So I feel like this person's kind of retreated away, and it may not appear to you like they've had any big craziness going on, but it's not like a person walks around with this glowing, hey, I'm awake. They usually do glow. But it's just an inner glow. And honestly, a lot of them have been going through the dark night of the soul. And I find it funny because this is the night. So I feel like this person that you're connecting with is probably going through some major awakening. They're in a mode of retreat. They could be purging through the dark night of the soul. You could also be going through some of this right now. as well, but I feel like their intention is good with you, you know, at their core, at their truth, because of all this blue here, which is connected to the throat chakra. I feel like they love you unconditionally, and you've assisted them in tapping into the sacred wisdom that they're discovering right now. And I feel like for right now, the best thing for you to is just focus on self-love while this, you know, process of awakening is happening between the two of you. I love these cards. I just want to keep going. You know, there's a soul journey happening here between the two of you, and it's a definite time of transformation within your lives. But let me pull from the wisdom of the oracle to see what else comes through for their intention right now. Like, what's going on with this person? What's their intention towards you? Yin. So it's likely you're the divine feminine, and I feel like this person knows it. Okay? Like, I just feel like this person has some sort of awakening going on. They could even know now, you know, maybe you've told them what a twin flame is, or they've stumbled onto the information themselves, like just like you did. It's not like for a majority of you, I don't think you sought this out, you know. I know I didn't. I wasn't looking at anything to do with love. I was already with a person that I knew instantly. I'm like, well, it ain't him. I knew that. But it's like, it's not like you seek it out. You find the information and then you just kind of know. So I feel like this person just knows that you're their divine feminine. And if you're a feminine, I mean, if you're the masculine watching this, it's like, you know who your divine feminine is, okay? But this person is recognizing you as their counterpart. And I think their intention is to bring that to you, you know, to have that connection with you, you know, to love you unconditionally. We have time for a nap. So again, right now, this person is just in a low energy, and this little fox is here. He's cute though. I feel like this time that you're going through right now, it can be very like difficult for you because you're probably feeling like they don't care, they're not thinking of me, you know, things like that at certain points. And I don't think that's the case at all. I feel like they're pulled back at this time because they're going through a lot. They're like having that time of transformation, and they're going to come rising through the ashes back towards you. And I feel like Spirit's also saying that this is a protected connection. Like, this is part of the soul's journey too. If you're on a twin flame journey, it's not like, hey, we met and we got together and we stayed together forever and it was just wonderful. Like, there's always some sort of thing that comes up. And I know some people on the journey like disagree, like they don't think that it has to be difficult, but even the people that I found that didn't have like a chaser runner, I know one group of these two people that were together, they loved each other, they wanted to be together so badly, but one lived in freaking Iceland and one lived in on the west coast of United States, and it took years for her to finally be able to come over here, and now they're married. But for me, I looked at that time as like, you know, their separation. They couldn't come together for a reason, you know, and it was like the 3D world, you know, pretty much interfered with it a lot, but I feel like there was a spiritual purpose for it as well. There's a part of the journey where you have to spend that time alone. But I also feel like this person's ready for change. Like, this transformation is here. This is a change in the wind. You know, right now they're in this time of retreat. They're going through the awakening. But this is a protected connection, and things are going to be changing to bring balance. Look at this, is like the Justice card. You know, it says to be fair. You're going to things are going to really turn around for you. And I feel like it's not going to be that long, because usually for a majority of people I've connected with, their divine masculine doesn't have a clue. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know what a twin flame is. It's not that they don't have a clue. It's just that they don't know what a twin flame is. And so a lot of them aren't on an awakening journey. But I feel like you may be thinking that your masculine or your feminine isn't awake. And I feel like this person is. I feel like this person has had some sort of understanding, and they may be hiding it, just like for a lot of people, they hide it when they first awaken because the world labels you crazy. You have to get through those belief systems of like, oh my God, like they're going to lock me up in a Looney Tune place, you know, I thought I had schizophrenia when all of that stuff went and I had my awakening. I later found out that it wasn't that. But I feel like this person could be in that place right now. Like, this is a new life for them. And their intention is to share this new life with you. They're just freaking out. Okay. And I think you're probably in this place of a never ending story with this. Like, oh my God, like, how many times am I going to hear this person coming back? How many times am I going to hear, you know, like they're changing or they're shifting and blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like you could just be at this place like that. And you might not be like that all the time. I know it like comes and goes for a lot of people, but it's like, you're ready for your new life. You're ready to balance the scales. You want the truth to be told between you and this person. And you want to know, why if he's awake, then why isn't he here? And like I said, I feel like this is a time for the divine feminine within this connection to really practice self-love, and for the divine masculine to go through the dark night of the soul, which will also require self-love. And that's just a time of isolation before like everything in their world crumbles down. And that's then only then, when everything is gone, it doesn't have to be like you lose everything. A lot of people do lose a lot of material items and stuff just because you need to go through some major stuff to have an awakening for some people. And sometimes it comes even, before, during, and after. I've gone through major things, and it's like just when you think, things can't get any worse, it's like, but then when you rise through that, you rise through it even more empowered. And it's like, it gives you a leg up on how to navigate through life. It helps you to get out of the basic bullshit, and you understand what it really truly means to be blessed. You wake up to things that are a little bit more important. It's not so important to have the fancy shoes or the nice this or the nice that. Really what's important is who you are inside. And when you empower yourself and you're practicing that self-love and you're creating boundaries and you're allowing yourself to evolve, that's when you attract true transformation in your life. And then that's when the universe starts blessing you over and over. So I really feel like this is a fated connection, and this person is looking at it like that. I feel like they've awakened to something, and I know for some of you that's going to be hard for you to believe, but I don't think that they're really in the dark too much about this. And if anything, I feel like they may be at that point where they're questioning, something is awakening in this person. Why do I feel so, connected to this person? They know that their fate is with you on some level, okay? Whether it's conscious or unconscious, I feel like for majority, they consciously know that you're at least a soulmate. And they know that they've been blessed by this connection. I feel like you've helped them to have that leg up. You've triggered this transformation. And so just continue to practice that self-love, because like I said, whatever we're in, whatever energy we're in, we're attracting. So the more love you're practicing for yourself, divine feminine, it's going to attract the love of this person back towards you as well. And the love of a lot of energies within your life. You're just going to be more blessed, So let the truth that you're telling be one of that this person's awake, that you're ready for this never-ending story to be complete. Don't go into those places of doubt as to, why or this or blah, blah, blah. No, they can't be, they're so this, they're so that. If you continue to speak that, think that, feel that, that's what's going to continue to emanate around you. We are the creator of our reality. So Spirit, if you really truly feel like this person has no understanding whatsoever, it's time to create that new life, to break out of this never-ending story. And love yourself enough to, if you really truly, because I've seen people commenting lately they did this, they did that, blah, 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 and I don't understand it. If you really truly feel this person could be a karmic. That was another thing somebody asked about, if I believe in false. I do believe in false twin flames, just in the thing where a lot of times people will get together with a narcissistic person, and when you're in a connection with a narcissistic person, they can make you feel like everything's your fault. And I feel like sometimes people end up idolizing them, or trying to make up an excuse for the behaviors that are happening. And what better excuse than twin flame? I've seen that so many times where people are they think it's a twin flame, but it's just a really toxic thing. And we all go through that questioning. So I do believe that there are karmic people there that can very much feel like a twin flame. and you're going to doubt it a lot, and you're going to be treated really, really, really badly, so if you're being treated really badly, then know that you're most likely being catalysted to a true twin, because if you're awakened to this understanding, usually you're going to find the true one, okay? You're going to find your knight in shining armor that's going to protect you from everything you've already gone through. So there's always a reason for everything, but I feel like for those of you that are in this pile here, this person, they're understanding. And if they're not at all, like if you're 100% sure that this person has no idea, that they're just a 3D basic, ego, horrible person, then I feel like you're being catalysted to somebody that's really going to be in this divine consciousness, somebody that's going to know how to love you unconditionally, and somebody who's going to bring you, that understanding as to why you went through everything you went through on your journey. And then it's going to be a time for the two of you to retreat together, but then to recognize that everything you go through is part of your journey. You signed up for it. So just know, for a majority of you, I feel like this is a divinely protected thing, that this person is knowing a lot more than they're letting on to. They have a lot of sacred wisdom within them that's been turned on, but they're just going through their dark night of the soul. They need this time out so that they can heal, but this is going to transform and balance out. And for those of you who you feel like there's no way whatsoever this person's awake, I feel like you're being catalysted to somebody that's really going to truly be the person that balances things out. And I don't feel like you're going to have to go through that crap of, hey, here I am, bye, hey, here I am, bye. I feel like you're going to be catalysted to someone that's ready for you, somebody that's on the same frequency. Of course, you'll have things to heal. Of course, there's going to be things that you need to deal with, because it's a soul's growth journey. But I don't think it's going to be as difficult as things may have been for you prior to. So just know there's a lot of you guys out there, but I just feel like there are some of you out there that have maybe dealt with somebody that you're going to be catalysted away from, and others of you, this is your true person, and they know it. For a majority of you, you're the divine feminine, your divine masculine knows. And then we have upper world future. And so this is the shamanic medicine cards. So the upper world is where our super consciousness is, that spirit. I am telling you, this person, their intention towards you is that they're going to connect with you in their future, and that they are aware of this understanding. They are connected to the super conscious. They're connected to spirit. They've gone and had some sort of awakening, and it's maybe going to feel, maybe that's why I'm picking up so many of you in resistance to, like, there's no way. Like, I feel like they've shape-shifted, and they actually are a shapeshifter. They have the ability to kind of shift, and this can be good and bad. And I feel like in the past, they've been around the wrong people, the wrong energies that were shifting them into a lower vibrational consciousness. They were shifting them into energies and into a perspective that was not beneficial for them. But I feel like what's happening now is that the future between the two of you, this is going to shift, and their intentions are pure with you. They do love you. They want to be with you. They want to share their future with you. They want to continue this awakening process. They just need to get through, like, the basic understanding of what they're going through right now. And then we have soul retrieval, reclamation. So I feel like a soul retrieval is something that would be beneficial to you guys, okay? So the soul retrieval is when you go back to, you want to figure out, like, which of your lower chakras is most likely impacted or is kind of messed up right now. And you can kind of just run your hand over there and feel like for a shift of energy. And if you can't feel it, then just ask spirit, like, okay, which of my lower chakras is blocked right now or needs retrieval? And when you figure it out, meditate on that, and you want to go back and, like, say it's your sacral chakra, which is connected to your relationships. You want to think about, like, what thing about relationships needs to be healed. Is it the inability to trust? Has somebody lied to you? Has this person hurt you to the point where you're not sure if you can even trust the messages that are coming through? And then you want to go back to the last time somebody messed with your trust, and you want to rewrite that, okay? Don't relive it, rewrite it. Like, imagine it happening in a whole different way where that never was, that trust that you had with this person was never betrayed. And for a majority of you, I feel like it's going to be your twins, that they've probably done something that betrayed your trust in them, or it just really brought you down. You were like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And then I want you to go back to the time before that, which may even be them again. But you want to go to like big ones, okay? So then inevitably you're going to end up at the first time a relationship in your life did that. Now it could be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be your mother. Usually it's going to go pretty far back, and you're going to find that the reason why you have trust issues in this lifetime is because there was something that happened, well, in this life, at this point in your life, is because you kind of like set it up as a child. Like maybe, you really trusted your mom was going to pick you up from school one day, and then she never came, and you were scared and alone, and you felt abandoned, and you didn't know what was going on. And then maybe later she came, but like from that day forward, it's like you never trusted that she was going to be there on time, just something like that. And again, for everybody, it's going to be different, but I feel like this is something that needs to be done within your connection to help you to transform through this, so that you can trust that this is something, there's something is happening here, and there is positive intentions coming from this person. But I feel like you have a tendency to kind of feel like that's not the case with this world, or that's not the case with people. And I don't think it necessarily started that way off with your counterpart. I feel like it's just something that maybe happened over time. And I feel for a majority of you, it is going to be connected to trust. Okay, I just feel that intuitively. And it could even be connected to your root chakra too, about feeling safe, because we did have protection come through. Some of you may feel like this connection isn't safe, or that, and it's not that the person's going to hurt you or things like that, like physically safe. I just feel like you may have a fear that like at any point it's going to be taken away from you, or that this person's never going to come back. Like it's just all kind of like not, like at some part of you's feeling like it's not feasible, or it's not real, and you may not always feel that way. And again, there's a lot of you out there, this could be being split. So just know that I feel like a lot of you, like the ones that I was talking about, that you can kind of trust the fact that this you're wondering if this person's awake. I feel like that's the trust people. And those of you who are feeling like you've had just a karmic situation, that there's no way in hell this person's like going to get their stuff together. Maybe you want somebody new coming into your life. I feel like you are going to get a catalyst into somebody new, but you have to feel safe within a relationship for that person to come in. You need to be the one to tap into the superconscious, retrieve that part of your soul, and shift the way that you're approaching relationships and the way that you feel. And the reason I'm saying that is because of all the red. There's a lot of red and yellow, well, orangey red. And so these again are the three lower chakras. And whenever we're in a place of fear, our power is tested. So I really feel like for a lot of you guys, you may want to just do work on all three of those lower chakras to kind of feel like, all right, I got to work on this, and let me feel like, who's the first person that made me feel like I wasn't in my power? Who's the first person that hurt me within a relationship? And then again, just rewrite it. Don't relive it. What does it look like to not have experienced that? Where would you be now within the connection that you're in? And kind of collect all the tools that you need. This is the medicine bag. So like for me, this would be like my mesa that holds all the tools that I use for my healing process. But I feel like this is kind of symbolic of knowing that everything you're going through right now is helping you to understand and to gain the tools that you need to transform and to find that balance in your life and to have that justice in your life, whether it be, this person being awake and coming back to you, or you being catalytic towards someone else. And I know my intention for this pile was, what are their intentions? But I feel like the majority of you needed to hear these messages. But the person that you're connecting with, or the person that's going to be coming in, has pure intentions. They are awake, and both of you are connecting with these tools right now. You just kind of need to go through this process of healing, retrieving. And I feel like this person wants to retrieve the parts of you that they lost. For a lot of you, they're like regretful that they've lost you. They feel like they've lost a part of their soul. So it's like they know they need to shift back into the higher version of themselves. They need to connect with that wisdom so that they can retrieve you, which is part of them. So it is a soul retrieval. So I do feel like this is a divinely guided thing that's just going through a really big time of transformation. But like I said, this person does have pure intention for you. There's unconditional love here. And either way, you know, however you're feeling in this moment, know that justice is coming, and I feel like abundance is coming for you too. So if things have been going kind of just take a breather. Just know that things are going to balance out. Things are going to be good for you. Okay? So I hope that assists you. I am going to move on to number 2. 2357. All right, so we're going to try to find out this person's intentions for you, or like the intentions for your relationship. And I'm using all 3 decks here. I'm just going to start off with the Sacred Power reading cards. And you know, the last one, I'm finding that these cards are kind of healing cards. So we've just been like kind of picking up on what people need to know, really. Oh my goodness, you got protection too. So this one just came through in the last one, but in this one I feel like the connection that you have is like, I feel like they may be protecting themselves from you right now because they're having like a fear. Yeah, they have like a fear of intimacy, okay? And it's not that they're afraid of you or they're trying to like be hurtful to you. I actually feel like some of them are trying to protect you from them. Like they have a fear of intimacy, they have a fear of commitment, and they're like, I got to pull myself back because I'm going to hurt this person. You know, they want to be intimate with you for sure, but if they're not reaching out to you, if they're not connecting with you right now, it's like a majority of them are just trying to protect you from the hurt that they feel like intuitively they would bring to you because the intensity of this connection. You know, like they do love you. I feel like at their core, at their truth, they do love you, but they feel like they kind of need to protect you. And I think that this person is, you know, tapping into their intuition with this. And if you tap into your intuition, you're going to feel that too. It's almost that, like, if this person really wanted to hurt you, they could, you know what I mean? Like they'd probably just come in and use you intimately and then, you know, lose you and abuse you and not come back around. I feel like this person like really tries to keep themselves away from you at this time because they just feel like they need to protect you from who they are. They may feel like they're not a good man or a good woman. They feel like they have something inside of them that's just afraid to commit to the intensity of this. And then I have truth coming through. So I feel like this person in the past has been wearing a mask with you and they're ready to take it off. So they are more tapping into their intuition to listen to to this connection. I feel like their desire to be intimate with you is outgrowing their desire to like keep themselves away from you. There's some sort of truth that's been revealed to this person, and I think it's the fact that they've been in this energy, that they've been running from this because they're afraid of it. Not so much, I don't think they knew it before in the past. You know, I don't think they were like, oh, I really care about protecting this person. I'm not going to hurt this person. I don't think they really knew in the past. I think they were just kind of like unaware of what they were doing or what they were feeling. But then something, you know, tapped in with them. And so that's probably when they ran, because they're like, oh my God, I really care about this person. I need to pull myself away because I'm going to end up like hurting this person, or this person's going to hurt me. So for people, it's going to be a little bit different depending on your connection and who you are. But this person's either protecting themselves from being hurt or protecting you from being hurt. And for a majority of you, I feel like right now they're just afraid that they're going to hurt you. But they're getting ready. You know, they're getting ready to tap into that truth that they feel inside. And then we have self-love, which also came through in the other. I feel like this is just them, you know, realizing they need love. You know, I think they're starting to allow themselves to open up to the abundance that's available to them through this, and opening up to the love that's available to them through this. You know, they don't want to be cutting themselves off from love anymore. They don't want to protect themselves from the commitment that's here. Yeah, they're ready to change. So I feel like they've gone through some sort of transformation where in the past, you know, maybe they were like just really aloof or not communicating with you, and I feel like they were just like this silent night energy over here. But occasionally, you know, you may have felt those intimate experiences with them, like you intuitively pick up this person's energy towards you, but they've never really given too much of themselves to you. But I feel like now they're ready. You know, they're ready for that truth. They're ready to change. They're ready to go into the spring of this, into the abundance of this, to tap into all that's available and communicate. So their intention is to communicate with you and to tell you the truth about how they feel. They don't want to keep their mask on anymore. They're ready to change, and come towards you to connect. And again, with the butterfly within the hands on the communication card, I feel like they really are going through a time of transformation. I feel like even the way they're communicating with themselves is transforming, okay? And then we have, these ones came through in the other two. We have why and time for a nap. All right, so I feel like they are going through, like they want to communicate with you. And they're taking, like they're getting into that alignment with like who they truly are. But right now, I think the reason why it's like they haven't reached out to you is because they're trying to figure out why. You know, like they're trying to figure out why they had all of these experiences with you, why they felt the need to protect themselves. Like, and like I said, a lot of them don't, like they're staying away to protect you, so they're trying to figure out why they feel like they need to protect you from them. You know, like why did they do the things that they've done in the past? A lot of them are carrying guilt. They're feeling a lot of like sadness and just feeling like, oh my God, why did I do that? You know, so I think that is why you're not hearing from this person. But again, they know that this is unfinished. Okay, so we have the unfinished symphony, which is number 10, which is about wholeness and completion. And then we have milk and honey. So I feel like they want it all with you. They want to tap into the abundance. They see you as like the fulfillment, you know, that person that, you know, I'm hearing like beauty and brains, you know, like they think that you have it all. And they know this is unfinished. They want to communicate with you. But the reason why they haven't yet is just because they're still feeling like that little bit of a need to protect you from them while they figure out who this person is under this mask. Because for some of them, they don't even know who they are or why they started living the life that they were, or why they were running from the things that they were running from. And then here and now, I feel that, again, they're changing and they want to be there now, but it's like they need to kind of figure out at where they're going on the crossroads. You see, it's like the future and the past. They're trying to find that balance between the two to figure out why they did the things they did so they don't repeat it, you know. But they do have an urgency. They know it's time to move forward towards you. They know that, like, there's look at a deep knowing. They know that they need to make an action. I feel like a lot of you may be kind of frustrated right now, like, you know, tired of waiting for this person to come, but they are at this fork in the road trying to make that decision to move forward. And they know what they already made their decision. They're just in that little like place of like, all right, well, I got to start moving down this road, but I want to make sure that I don't repeat the past. And I feel like a lot of it is just fear of, you know, maybe this person's come in the past, they've said something great, you thought it was going to go well, and then they ran again, and they were like, oh, time to go, like they took off. And so they don't want to repeat that, because I feel like they know it's like the last opportunity with you. If they come do that to you again without that loyal heart, it's not gonna be good. You're gonna go off. You're gonna leave them for good. If they mess up their last chance with you, they know your loyal heart is still gonna love them, but that you're not gonna put up with it again. And they just kind of have that fear that I need to be in my divine masculine energy. I need to be in that place of my understanding and power for this new life with this person that's going to lead us to our happiness, okay? So they don't want to come in and repeat the cycle of the past, which is a very good thing. But their intention is to come in, okay? They do want to communicate with you, and I feel like they will pretty soon. Because like I said, they already know who you are. They've going through the beat of the drum too, so they have a steady forward movement. They're just kind of in a little bit of a lull with it, you know. It's like they're not like dun, 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 like running your way. It's like ba-boom, ba-boom, you know, just a little bit, but they're coming, you know, and like I said, they're just afraid. They're afraid that they're gonna hurt you again, and then it's gonna be too late, and that they're not gonna have an opportunity to fix this. And then we have Dreamweaver. So I feel like you guys are receiving a lot of information through the astral realm, and even through your dream time. It says accessibility. So I'm even picking up that some of you guys would be benefiting to listen to like a steady beat of the drum, go on like a shamanic journey, and you can drum yourself, just dun, 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 and get yourself going into a connection where you can communicate with this person telepathically to help with them to feel like that it's safe for them to come to you, and tell them that you understand. Like if they run, you know, you're not going to chase them. You're not going to like completely up and leave them, but you're going to give them their space so that they can come in comfortably with that type of energy. They don't have to come in full force, but they have to, like, make a steady effort of progress. They can't just come in and then disappear for 6 months. Like, you want to know that they're if they come in, they're there. They're not like coming in and running a marathon away. So I feel like, tapping in through meditation, doing like a shamanic journey, like I said, is going to help you guys to understand, and for this person to trust themselves too, because they need to be able to trust themselves before they can come towards you. And I think they do have good intentions with you. They need to be able to trust themselves. I feel like that's the main issue here. And they need to hold on to the endurance. And I feel like your endurance may be getting a little low while you're waiting for this person. And if it is, use the element of fire, because that's going to help you tap into the passion that the two of you share. And even doing like a shamanic journey to connect with this person, add a sacred fire, or just build yourself a fire and listen to some drumming while you connect with this energy. This is going to give you the endurance, and this is going to give you that connection to communicate with this person and let them know that it's safe for them to come. I feel like they need that reassurance. So like, some of them feel like they need to protect you from them, but I feel like inevitably you need to let them know that it's safe. They're afraid to express this. They're afraid that they've already hurt you too bad in the past, I feel. Some of them feel like you're in this energy of like, don't come back. And I think you just need to let them know energetically that it's safe for them to communicate, because we have air creativity. So it's like they definitely want to communicate. The air is connected to communication. We've already seen the card of communication. So I think you need to get creative in how you're doing this with this person, so that fire and that passion between the two of you can be ignited. And with the fire, I would write down on a piece of paper anything that has happened between the two of you that you just burn and transmute out so that it doesn't repeat in the future. And any fears that you connect with from this person, like when you get to connect with them in this dream weaver state, or even if you connect to them in your dreams, like if you're asleep and you have some sort of dream about this person, write down the things that transpired. Like, what are you picking up intuitively from this person? I feel like you had the intuition card, didn't you? It was in here somewhere. Anyways, it's like you need to tap in to your intuition to trust what needs to be transmuted out so that this person can feel safe. And also working with crystals is going to help you to amplify this. So quartz is an amplifier. That smoky citrine generator over there, that's a very powerful energy. Labradorite is really good. That's that big one back there behind the crystals. That helps us to like protect ourselves from energy. So, just gravitate yourself towards the right crystal energy. You don't have to have the physical thing with you, but asking to integrate that energy and frequency of a particular crystal while you're doing your sacred journeying, while you're doing the drumming and the firework, that's going to help to amplify this connection. And I feel like if you can find the right crystal to help them feel safe, or just set the intention to use quartz to help this person to feel safe, it's going to do a lot of work for this person to make it feel like they can come back towards you. Because I just feel like, like I said, they're perceiving it as I'm protecting them from me, but in reality, I feel like what it really is that they're just afraid. They're kind of coming up with excuses because they're like, well, I'm going to hurt her again, but they're just afraid that they don't have what it takes to give you what they haven't given in the past, and it's because they haven't given it in the past. We have feathers for restoration, so that they do want to fix this with you. And I'm feeling like Spirit's saying, anytime you see feathers, know that they're coming. Okay, like every time you see a feather, whether it's on a card or in the physical world, when you see feathers, know that they're coming. Even if you see like a particular bird that captures your attention, that's an embodiment of the air energy. I feel like that's going to be like a sign from Spirit that this person's getting closer and closer to restore this with you. But at the end of the day, they do want that. They just need to make themselves feel a little bit more safe in knowing that they can bring themselves to you without hurting you. They have to eliminate that belief, and I feel like that would be a perfect thing to write on the paper that you're going to burn at your sacred fire while you're doing your drumming and your healing processes, to just be like, okay, let's put down this fear of, repeating the cycle of the past. Let's get rid of this fear that I'm not going to have the endurance to make this connection last. I think that they're just afraid that you're going to end up leaving them because they're afraid that they're going to repeat things that they've already done in the past. All right. So I do think that this is a protected connection and that their intentions are pure, but I think that there's some healing that needs to happen so that this person can continue to remove that mask and speak their truth to you. It's like they've already gone through the change. They're already ready to communicate to you. They just need to know that it's safe to do so and trust their intuition when they're connecting with this. But I think that a lot of you are on a twin flame journey, and the intensity of the intimacy that has been shared between the two of you has been somewhat overwhelming to this person. So I'm going to move on. Okay. And we're going to find out with the appetite what this person's intentions are at this time, and like what's going on and what you may need to know in regards to it. The other ones, I was just like, because these are, I always find that with like oracle cards, I get more of like a healing message for people than a just a particular like what's going on. So this person's intention at this time, we have purification. So I feel like they want to fix this energy between the two of you. I feel like, yeah, look at, we got medicine on the bottom here. Whatever has happened between the two of you, the intention that this person is carrying is like, I need to heal this. And it's funny, I was talking about how like the messages come through as healing. It's like this person realizes that this connection needs healing. And I feel like there's some sort of desire to bring peace as well with that energy of the dove there. It's like they want to bring the purity of this back. So in the past, when you first met, it was probably fresh, new, loving, nurturing. There was beautiful energy between the two of you. There hadn't been any separations or fears that have come up and hurt you. It was like there was a good moment that just kind of was this peaceful energy. But then things happened, okay? And I feel like at the core of their truth, they want to get back to that, because I'm seeing a lot of blue here, and with this medicine energy, I feel like they feel like they need to fix it, like this, like the connection between the two of you needs medicine, and I think their intention is to fix it. And I'm seeing the star up there, which is reminding me of the star energy, which is a wish fulfillment. So I feel like they do see you as somewhat of a wish fulfillment, but part of their wish is, I want to go back to when we didn't have these things happen between us. And I'm seeing this guy here in his shadow, and I feel like there's just been some darkness that's happened, some not so great energy, and they wish that they could, take it away. They want to jump into that water and cleanse so they can come rise out of there and back into their personal power. I feel like this person's power has been somewhat tested in their life, and even them, like the pile one, they talked about soul retrieval. Doing a soul retrieval with this person's solar plexus energy would be very, very powerful for them, because at some point this person has given their power away, and I feel like they're afraid to give their power away within this connection, and that's where some of the darkness has come from, because they feel like they need to protect themselves. And when it comes to love, you should never have to feel like you have to protect yourself from love, or that you're giving your power away when you love somebody. Protection. This one has come out in all three piles, and I just feel like it's true. A lot of the divine masculines are either, and divine feminines, if you're in separation and you're here as a divine masculine, a lot of them feel like they need to protect either you or themselves by running. There's at the core of it, it's like comes down to like that kind of that ego energy where it's like, I need to protect myself. That's what the ego does. It protects us. So if this person's in that stance of like, well, if I let this person, or if I go back to this person, somebody's going to get hurt, like I'm just going to protect. And I feel like it's very much connected to their power. They feel like they're not safe to give their power away, but they don't have to give their power away. And I think at some point they did, at some point they did, and I feel like this could be even connected to past lives for the two of you. You could have had something happen in a past life experience where this person basically gave all of their power to you, and it didn't work out well for them. Or vice versa, you gave all your power to them and it didn't work out well for you. And I feel you guys may even be mirroring this right now. It's like you may feel powerless over this connection. You may feel powerless over your emotions. But I feel like they feel the same. And they're just keeping themselves away from you because they don't want to cause any more waves. They don't want to bring any more darkness to this. They feel like they've tainted the purity of it by being in that energy. So they have an awareness of it, but there's some deep healing that's needed so this person can tap back into the sacred wisdom of understanding that you don't have to give your power away to be in a place of unconditional love and peace. And I think their intention is to transform with you, yeah, look at this, boundaries. It's like this person needs to have clear boundaries, but not put up a freaking brick wall that nobody can get into. It's like, this person wants love, but they're like at the same time blocking it out because they're afraid of giving over. Like if I love you, you have all the power. Like they just feel like you're gonna hold their heart within your hand, and at any moment you could go and all their power and all their energy would be like destroyed. So something has definitely happened to this person, and I feel like their intention is to let this wall down. They definitely want to fix this. They want to go back to this, and that's why I feel like for a lot of you it's past life or inner child connection energy here, because this person wants to go back to that innocence. They want to feel safe. They want to let down their walls. And I think that they could have even been like married or gone through other connections with people like romantically where these walls went up. I don't think necessarily they created them just because of you. I feel like they were created long ago, and you test the strength of this wall by the energy the love that they feel for you, the energy that they feel when they're with you. It's like you're like slowly crumbling this wall away, and it scares the shit out of this person. But they do want to go back into this energy of pure connection. So I do feel like for some of you, it's like you guys had a very pure connection in the beginning, and then that wall went up. And then for some of you, it's like you met this person and their walls were already there, but when you started chipping it down, they were like, and they just ran, and they put that wall up a little bit higher. Okay. But regardless, this person has some energy that needs to be balanced, and they need to figure out how to have healthy boundaries without blocking people out. And I think their intention is to transform that. They want to be able to protect themselves while being pure, while being balanced. And that's a beautiful energy, because that means that the next part would be union. Once you're in a place of balance, once you're in that energy of being okay, you're allowed, or not allowed, but you attract union because you're connected, you're balanced, you're not running. You're feeling pretty positive about what you're doing. All right, and then we have co-create. So again, this person's intention is to go to the distance with you. I'm seeing this guy, and he reminds me of like the go to distance energy, but this person wants to co-create with you. And with the little owl down there, it's like they want to co-create from a place of wisdom, and they feel like the clock's ticking. All right, and I feel like this has been like a long, process for you. For some of you, it could be years, but I just feel like even lifetimes this has been going on. And it's like at the end of the day, they want to let that wall down. They want to create with you. They know what they could have with you. Their intention is to do this with you, and they feel the time crunch, okay? And I think synchronicity is like through the roof with this person. So this is serendipity. There's a 4-leaf clover. Like it's like they feel like this would be a lucky energy too. Like they feel like they could have more abundance, more luck in their life with you, that they were lucky to meet you. But they also feel like their luck is running out, okay? It's like, this person's not going to put up with this shit anymore. They're not going to deal with my walls being so high. I gotta get going. I gotta do this. And I feel like Spirit's like kind of giving them those like nudges, like, dude, you gotta get shit together. Because if you want all that glitters, if you want this abundant connection, if you want to feel the intensity that you're going to feel when the rest of those blocks come crumbling down out of their wall, you gotta move. You gotta make a move. And so we have chaos and conflict, and I feel like this person's life has just had a lot of that. I feel like, especially in relationships, and it's like they feel like they're crumbling. So this is bringing a lot of chaos to them too. And I feel like they may be silent. You don't have a clue, but in their life, they feel like, my walls are crumbling down. And it's just kind of like freaking them out. But their intention is to get to this place of being flexible and allowing it to come down. They do want this. And I think some of them are like imagining it
And through imagining it, they're actually attracting even more of it, and they're attracting like the synchronicity that's connected to you. It's like they're envisioning themselves already with you in this place where they're open, they're able to express the intensity of how they feel towards you. Like there's a flexible connection between the two of you. Like there's no running and chasing. It's just like a very fluid, like they're just imagining what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like to be with you, you know, in all ways. And that's helping to break these walls down, but it's also attracting more synchronicity, and it's attracting that urgency inside of them. Like, I gotta fucking do this, you know. Higher power tells me that spirit is, you know, messing with this person, like just non-stop showing them the signs towards you. But I do think that they know that you're where they're supposed to be. They don't, and I feel like some of them may be having shifts within their community, or just like the people in their lives, they're feeling something connected to that. But their intention is to build like a family with you, and a family can be like friends. It doesn't have to be like oh, we're gonna get married and have children. But I feel like they do want to have like a tribe with you. They want to feel like part of the gang, you know. They want to be in your life. They want to be able to let themselves break down the remaining parts of that so that they can come. And I think a lot of them are tapping into their divine feminine energy, whether they're a man or woman. I feel like their divine feminine energy is helping them to balance out and break those down so they can express their emotions truthfully. And they are working on this, okay? And I think their intention is to like help be there for you. Like they want to be somebody in your life that they kind of like have that third dimensional way of looking at it, but they do know that there's something bigger here than with other people that they've connected with. The number 11, that's a twin flame number. But they kind of want to be by the book in the way that they come together with you. Like, you know, like as in like we get married, we have kids, like, you know, I'll do, like, they want to help take care of you in different ways. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to go to work and pay for bills. It's like they want to take care of you in many different ways. But I think this person's love language may even be somewhat like, oh, you know, like I will do this and that's going to make you feel good. You know, I think they're kind of more of a physical thing, and that's because of these walls that have been built. But I think they're trying to break out of that by the book energy, but a part of them still does want to be in it too. Like they have a balance between the 3D and the 5D that they're coming into, so that their truth can open up to you. And they also have an intention to mend this energy with you. So I feel like whatever has gone down between the two of you, they do want to heal it. They do want to come towards you. And I think in the future they will let that wall down. So then we have East, which is about emergence. So again, like this person's ready to emerge out of the dark. They're ready to emerge out of that place behind that wall. And the East is connected to like where the sun rises. So the sun is divine masculine energy. It's like they want to rise into that. And it's connected to the eagle condor as well. So I feel like they're ready to rise above the storms of life. They don't want to be like, you know, barricading themselves away anymore. They want to rise up to a higher perspective. And when you're in the eagle condor energy, you're seeing through the eyes of your heart and your soul. So you have like a more place, like a more centered connection through your heart, through that unconditional love. So like I said, I feel like this person does intend to bring you that unconditional love. They have the intention to bring you, like they have the intention to emerge from that place that they've been within and to bring you that truth of that love. But also they want to help you. You know, there's a part of them that's kind of traditional in the way that they are looking at it. Like they could be like an earth sign, just kind of like that traditional, like we get together, we stay together, like I'll provide this and you provide that. Like they have that type of energy with them. But they are trying to be more like, hey, like things are cool. Let's just be. Let's just experience. And then we have sacred site purpose. So I think that they know that part of their purpose was to connect with you, and that part of their divine purpose and their mission here is to be in that place of balance. You know, to heal whatever has kept them in a place of separation from you, and to come together with you to emerge into this light and to bring this transformation into their lives and into the earth. So again, there's this energy of the earth sign for sure. I feel like they just have like that innately inside of them. There's this desire to nurture and to love and to be nurtured, but they just got to let down their walls. And I find that happens with a lot of earth signs. I have a hard time opening up and expressing things like emotionally, but I feel like I want to. It's so hard for me to sometimes say the words out loud, but I feel like that's what's going on with this person. It's like they'd rather just show you that they love you and stay kind of safe behind this wall, because they've been hurt every time somebody's gotten in there, and it's like, well, like, I do want you in here, but like, I just don't want you to hurt me. Okay, they want to be nurtured. So I feel like sending this person some unconditional love, envision them in the womb of Gaia, just being nurtured, and help them to feel a little bit better about like themselves, letting down that emotion. And with the rain, it's like washing away their emotions too. So they really need their emotional body to be like, to be held and to be cleansed and to be washed away. And I feel like you help that, especially if you're a divine feminine, you help this person to feel nurtured, and you give that like divine feminine, womanly, motherly energy that they haven't really received in a while, and they need it. They like want to suck it up like roots, like they just want to feed off of that nurturing, loving energy that you give to them, but they have to let down that wall. But they do have good, energy towards you. And with the tree of life conception, I feel like you guys may actually, like, their intention is to have a baby with you, or to at least give birth to something different. But for a lot of you, I feel like they see you as the mother of their children, because you do give that loving, nurturing energy of a mother to them. Like they see that within you, and I feel like they want to like plant their seed in you. They want to connect with you sexually, like they see. And there's some guys out there that like they really get turned on by that, like, be the mother of my baby, and they like really like it. I feel like this person could be one of those people, but they don't let you know that shit because they have that wall up. But underneath that, under that energy of solitude, they're thinking about like giving birth to something. They want their life to be different, and I feel like they're wishing that you're right there with them to be that part of it. And the energy of the north is connected to like the hummingbird and to our ancestors. So it's like I said, I feel like this person has had some sort of tradition passed down to them that they may not even be aware of it. But I think as this person is growing, they're tapping into like more wisdom, they're maturing, they're realizing that they don't want to be alone. They want to have like that traditional energy around them. They want to give birth to something. So I feel like a lot of you are going to end up having a baby. Look there is a baby in an egg opening. You guys are definitely going to have, for a majority of you, I feel like you're going to have a baby, or they already have a baby that you're going to help grow. But this is also symbolic of like the seed that's been planted between the two of you. Like if you're a little bit older and you know that it's not like even feasible to have a baby, I feel like this is just symbolic of the energy that's going to be birthed between the two of you. And it's going to be like an energy of sustenance between you both. Okay, so you're going to feed each other, nurture each other, help each other spread your wings, fly, grow, break out of the shell, break out of the freaking wall that they've created around them. And I really just think that this is going to be something beautiful between the two of you. But they don't feel like they have bad intentions. It actually feels like they're moving pretty quickly towards breaking out of whatever walls they have created, because they feel like they're going to lose you if they don't. All right, so I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit the like. If it didn't, you can hit the dislike. Either way, it helps me out. If you would like to donate, there is a link down below. Thank you very much to all who have been donating. It is very, very nice of you, and it helps me to continue doing readings like this for all of you. And then if you would like to send a deck, there's an Amazon wishlist down below. If you would like a private reading or any of my services, I am on a 3-week wait for all of those things, but I can add you to my list. I do plan to take a majority of the day off tomorrow. I may work on a couple private readings because I realized I have a lot due on the 29th. So instead of having to do them all on the 29th, I might do some tomorrow. But yeah, next time I come on here, I'll probably do like another one where there's an extension available, just so I can balance things out, and those really help me to continue doing these things for you and not have to worry about doing other stuff here. All right, so thank you very much, everybody. In Mune, namaste.